ABC Jack here. Welcome to Vinyl Martini. Spring is in the air. Yes, it is. Victoria is famous for having planted cherry trees along its boulevards and many of its back streets, and cherry blossoms just started blossoming about a week or 10 days ago. So they're really pretty. They're floating around. It's like we have confetti. So spring is in the air, and brings me up to this thread that I'm going to follow for Chris Propfe. He started it. The mayor of Poughkeepsie, New York. He wants us to show 5 records. The band name has to start with an S. Now, Brian, the embryonic robot, took this a step farther. I think maybe Steve did, from A is for Alice, B is for Bob, etc., etc. Bands that start with S, the album title starts with S, and at least one of the songs starts with S. So let's get started. First up, Pride of England. Slade. The band is Sladist, and the song on here, the second song on side 1, is the Yardbirds, The Shape of Things to Come. This is a live album. They're a live band for sure. I think their studio albums don't capture what they do on stage, but they never really made it that big this side of the water. But I know one of Nick Buddy Sandwich's favorite bands. Madness is probably his favorite band, but Slade is one of the bands that he loves. So Slade, Sladist, The Shape of Things to Come. Next up, a band from England that probably you've never heard of. I've got 2 of their records, but it's a band called Straight 8. Album's called Shuffle and Cut. They are a band from Sussex in the UK. And I've got their first record. They recorded their first record at Eel Pie Sound. And this is basically a pub rock, hard rock band. Really good stuff. The song that starts with an S is the second last song on side 2, and it is called Satisfied. So Straight 8, Shuffle and Cut. This was not as easy as you thought. I thought I'd have lots of records that fit the criteria, but I was lucky to scrape up 5. Next up, a little known band called The Shirts. They got their start at CBGB's in New York. They were from Brooklyn, I think. Recorded 2 records. This is their second album. It's called Street Light Shine. The record the track, that starts with an S is called Starts with a Handshake. And might recognize this. The lead singer went on to an acting career. She was the deaf woman, the deaf and dumb woman in Orange is the New Black. Had a very successful acting career after the Shirts broke up. So the Shirts, Streetlights Shine, and the song title is called Starts with a Handshake. Next up, one of my favorite R&B guys, probably doesn't get enough love in the VC, but this is Boz Scaggs and his amazing record called Slow Dancer. What year was this? I'm going to say 1974. They changed the cover because this is such a bad cover. Yeah, he's wearing one of those bathing suits that you shouldn't be seen wearing if you're over the age of 20, I guess. But it is a fantastic record. What is this? There's a couple of songs that start with an S on here. Of course, the title track, Slow Dancer. Sail on a White Moon is another one. So 2 songs that start with S. Don't let the cover put you off. They changed the cover, and it's more like an Art Deco cover that they released several years after this was released. This is a cheap record. You can pick it up in the bargain bins for $2 to $5. Fantastic, fantastic Boz Scaggs record. One of my favorites. And last but not least, British blues rockers, Savoy Brown. The album title is called Street Corner Talkin', and the record I want to highlight is Street Corner Talkin'. So, great record, released in, I'm going to say 1971. Is that true? No date on here. But Dave Walker on vocals. He was the greatest vocalist they ever had. Of course, Andy Sylvester on bass guitar, David Bidwell on drums, Kim Simmons on lead guitar, and Paul Raymond keyboards, guitars, and vocals. One of the strongest lineups they had. But there you go, Savoy Brown, Street Corner Talkin', the song Street Corner Talkin'. Great cover art, great band. So there you go, 5 records for spring. Chris, hope that satisfies their criteria. It was a lot of fun to do. Nice short video for a change. So until my next video rolls out in a couple of days, talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend and cheers.